We are joined now by our student athletes from Texas A&M. They advance to take on the one seed Houston. That will be at 7:40 here tomorrow night, a game that'll be carried on TNT. To my left, we are joined today by sophomore forward Solomon Washington. In the center is junior guard Jace Carter, and then to my far left is Henry Coleman, the third senior forward. We will open it up for questions for the student athletes. If you raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you, starting just on the aisle left side.
Olin Buchanan, Texags. I'm sorry, I guess Henry. How would you say that you guys have changed since your first meeting with UH, with the exception of, obviously Boots didn't play in that game, but what's different about this team now than the one that played UH back in December?
I would say roles are a little bit better. I think guys knew their roles, but now people are, kind of playing even better in their roles. I think defensively we're a little bit more physical. I think on the offensive end, guys have a lot more confidence, 1 through 5, and so I think overall we're just a little bit better, but we have to still do the things that we do well each and every day. It's rebound the basketball, play physical, and just play Texas A&M basketball.
We're going to the other side of the aisle.
Mark Passwaters with Rivals. Solo, you basically covered everybody last night. What do you think your role is going to be defensively against U of H the second time around?
I know I'm going to have to step up big. I'm probably going to guard each 5 possessions on every possession going down on the basketball game. So just me being ready to accept that challenge at any time.
Now across the aisle again.
Hi, Travis Brown with the Eagles. Solomon, I heard you after you forced a turnover last night, coming over talking about the all-defense team. Do you use that as motivation that you weren't named on that?
Yeah, I take it personal. I feel like I'm one of the best defenders in the country, and for me to be left off the defensive team, I was a little salty, so I'm just trying to prove that I am the best defender every night.
Oh, yeah, Jace, could you speak to the kind of defender he is, and did it surprise you all that he wasn't on that team too?
Yeah, it surprised us. We feel like Solo one of the best defenders in the country. He goes out and shows it every night playing 1 through 5, and it's kind of his chase down block is a signature thing now. So it doesn't surprise any of us that he does what he does every night, and he should have been on our defensive team for sure.
Going to our right.
Adam Winkler, ABC out of Houston. For any of you guys, we've seen Jack Easterby giving some hugs after the game and spending some time with you guys in the locker room. Can you speak to the impact that he's made with you guys and how he's been around?
He came around. We played in Athens. It was my first time meeting him. He leads our chapel. He's led our chapel ever since. Just a good dude. Prays really hard for us. He was there when everybody kind of went away and kind of shut us out. So he's been there since Athens, and we appreciate him coming out of his time to spend time with us. And I built a relationship with him since then. He's a really good guy from my side.
To the back left.
Justin Williams from The Athletic. Henry, the Longwood coach, talked last night about how tough it is to simulate Houston's speed and aggression on defense in practice. The fact that you guys have played them, does that give you maybe not an advantage, but just a little help heading into this game, seeing them a second time?
Yeah, I would say, we've played some of the fastest teams in the country within the SEC. Alabama, Florida, Kentucky are some of the fastest teams in the country. And so, since then we've played some really fast teams. But, in practice we play fast. And I think the physicality speaks for itself. We're a very physical team. We play physical at practice. We've played physical at practice all through, the summer and through the winter. And so I don't think it's going to come to a shock. I think it's something that we prepared for each and every day. And so, we're excited to play it. We're humble that we're here. We know there has to be a lot of work to be done if we want to be successful.
In front.
Jace, you started a large part of the season, but lately you've been coming off the bench. It seems like you've been showing more aggression offensively. How hard was it to readjust to coming off the bench, and do you think you have been more aggressive going to the basket?
It took me a little time to get adjusted to, just because I just started a lot of the games. But it's basketball. You're going out, you playing. If you don't play hard, you kind of stick out like a sore thumb. So I have been trying to be more aggressive downhill, not relying so much on my shot, and just make an impact at the rim. Try to get fouled more, but I feel I'm comfortable. I'm happy that we're winning games. I don't really care if I'm playing 1 minute or 100 minutes. As long as we're winning, that's all I really care about.
We'll go St. Mike on the back.
Kennington Smith with The Athletic. Jace, I see the "stay on that side" on your shirt. Can you just explain the origin of that saying for your team and what that means to y'all?
Yeah, I mean, it's really self-explanatory. I think, we were 6-4. We beat the number 5 ranked team in the country, and we were on top of the world. And then we went 5 games losing straight. We lost 5 games straight. And kind of everybody shut us out. Nobody thought we were going to make the tournament. Nobody thought we were going to do anything. And then we flipped the switch and won 6 out of our last 7 games. And now everybody's starting to, kind of trying to jump on the bandwagon. So we just stay on that side. When we were losing, we lost to Vanderbilt, and we lost to all these teams. Everybody was kind of counting us out. And, we're here now, and it's a different product now.
In the front.
Yeah, Travis Brown with the Eagle. For any of you guys, I know Buzz talked a little bit last night about switching from the suit to the athleisure wear and kind of the rally that sparked. With Coach Rock, did it surprise you when he came in clean-shaved? What was your first reaction?
For me, I've known Rock for a while. When he was at East Carolina, when he was at Virginia Tech, and so I've always seen him with the beard and long hair. So, when he came in clean-shaved, short hair, he didn't look like Rock, but I'm glad. He looks a lot cleaner now. He doesn't look like Santa Claus, but he looks a lot better, and so we're happy for him. And then even with Coach, when he doesn't wear the suits anymore, I know he loves his suits, but he does whatever he feels gives us positivity to let us win. And so if he feels that he has to wear a little bit dressed down, not wear his old fancy suits, then that's what he has to do. So it just speaks to the character of the 2 coaches.
On the aisle.
Yeah, Jace, y'all scored, I think, 80 points and at least 80 points in each of the last 5 games. Earlier, y'all had some issues sometimes offensively. So what's changed in this last 5-game stretch?
I think it's just confidence. Obviously, the Manny Mo is playing out of his mind, so it's definitely giving us a spark. But I think everyone's, like Henry was saying, is just embrace their role. I don't think anybody's trying to step out of who they are or step out of what we call predictable shots or predictable plays. And I think we're just playing with confidence in ourselves, a chip on our shoulder, and I think it's starting to show the past 5 or 6 games.
To our right.
Adam Winkler out of Houston again. I realize none of you guys are locals, but you are Aggies, and we know how significant that is. The fact that it's Texas A&M against Houston for a trip to the Sweet 16, are you aware of the juice that brings a matchup like that, whether you've heard from fans or family or anything like that?
Yeah, we know. Houston has a great basketball program. They do a lot of things well, and so do we. It's going to be a class on the rebound battle, and we know we have to do, like Henry said, all the little things that matter to win this game and come out on top.
To the back.
Jace, you just mentioned Manny. What has he done, especially here down the stretch, to kind of pick his game up?
Nothing different. I mean, Manny Mo, he's the same person every day. He's done the same. His work ethic hasn't changed, no matter his productivity. I mean, start of the year, he was, he wasn't playing as much as he wanted, and he wasn't playing probably to a level he wanted himself to play at. And he was the same person every day. Came in and worked out every day, got his extra reps in every day. So to see him do what he's doing now, it's no surprise to any of us. We're all happy for him just because of how the person he is. But it's not anything crazy different. It's just confidence. Once you get in the fire and, you survive, you start to feel better about yourself, and you start to do things that you're capable of doing. So it's been good for us. It's been a big spark for us, and we're happy to see him be successful.
Over here on our right.
Parth Upadhyay from the Daily Memphian here in town. You guys lost 5 games in February, obviously. Some of them to like Vanderbilt. I think Arkansas was in there. What did you learn about the mental makeup of y'all's team, both like from a mental standpoint and physically on the court during that stretch that's allowed you to bounce back and play at the level that y'all are playing at now?
Henry, you want to start that one?
Yeah.
And we'll work this way.
I would say it's, what we've done all year. Coach talks about E plus R equals O. There's going to be an event, and there's going to be a response, and your response is going to equal your outcome. And so with those games, we didn't respond in the right manner. And we saw that it trickled down, and it had a compound effect over time for us. But I think when when teams go on a run, when teams have a big block, have a big dunk, your response has to be in the right manner. I think over time we figured out how to respond in the right way. And even last night when Nebraska would go on runs early in the game, guys in the huddle, we weren't shaking, we weren't shook by what was happening. We were like, we have to respond now. We have to get another stop. We have to, crash offensive glass. We have to go back to what got us here. And so I think our responses the last, 4.5 weeks have been unbelievable. From coach to player, coach to coach, player to coach have been, what has got us here.
I can't really say nothing other than what he said. I think he nailed it spot on.
Oh, it's me. Shit. Besides what he said, what Henry said, it's just the belief we have in each other. We know the person next to us is going to give it their all every night on the floor. So even when people do go on their runs, make big shots, we're not discouraged. Coach Dev, he always tell us players are going to go on their run, teams are going to go on their run, but how will we respond? How are we going to punch back?
Go ahead, yeah. Hang on, let's get a mic to you.
To kind of go off that, Buzz kept saying everything we've been through, like when he spoke yesterday. Is that just that 5-game losing streak, or is there more that kind of happened off the court? Like, what all happened? What does that mean, everything we've been through?
You've been here since Buzz got here. You probably, like Henry, been here three years. He's been through a lot. I've been here 2 years. We've been through a lot together. Jace been here a year. We still been through a lot. It's just a compound of a lot of things that doesn't go our way, and we always have the right response no matter what.
I would piggyback off that real quick and just talk about, especially for guys who've been here 3 years, me, Wade, Boots, Manny, Hayden Hefner. We've been on the side of where, we're sitting in Tampa. Everybody says we're in the tournament. We've played our tail off. And then we don't get in the tournament. And so I think we've used that every year as motivation that, you cannot, you can't leave it up to anybody else. We have to put ourselves in places to, we're in it. We have to play super hard each and every possession. I think once everybody figured that out, that, we can't leave this up to anybody else. We have to put ourselves in a good position. Then, you've seen the results over the last 4.5 weeks. And so I think just for the coaches, players that have been here for so long, we've had a lot of stuff kind of go, not our way. And so we kind of keep that same mindset and that, we're blessed to be here, but, there's a lot of work that we still have to do.
Okay, we're in our final couple of minutes. We'll start on this side and then just go across the aisle.
Solo, I don't think Tominaga is going to send you a Christmas card after last night. It seemed like you got him a little flustered. What were you telling him? That caused him to lose his cool a little bit?
I can't remember the exact words I probably done said, but I just talk, man. It's make the game more fun for me. It's nothing personal. He's an amazing player. He's a terrific shooter. It's just that's just the way I play, how I like to play the game. Chirping back and forth, it makes the game more fun and entertaining for everybody to watch.
Okay, left side.
Yeah, for anybody who wants to take this. Solo, you've been scoring more. Henry, you and Jace both were in double figures last night, 3 guys over 20. So with all this additional scoring, do y'all still look to Wade to lead the way for y'all, or has that changed now that more guys are contributing?
Wade's the best point guard in the country. So you're not really gonna look away from him. He's gonna do what he does every night, and he's shown that day in and day out who he is, and he's our quarterback. He's our point guard, and we roll with him. So I don't think anybody's gonna look away from him. Obviously, last night we had three people with 20+ points, and he had 25 and had 7 threes. So I don't think we'll look away from him. Like I said before, he's the best point guard in the country.
Last word from the back left.
Sorry, for those of us who haven't covered the team, is Tyrese Boots, and why do you guys call him that?
So when I first got here, I actually knew Boots. I took a couple visits to Virginia Tech when Coach was at Virginia Tech, and so I'd known Boots for a while. But, he just said that he's tough as leather. And if you've ever been around the guy, he'll play with the broken finger. He'll play with the dislocated shoulder. He's tough as leather. He'll do anything to be out on the floor. Then when he's out there, his physicality, how he plays, downhill, Boots, honestly, the paper might say he's 6'3", 6'4". Boots is probably about 6'1". And so, him being in there and him flying around and playing like he's 6'6", 6'7", that's just Boots. And so, his mindset, his mentality changes our team because, you see that and everybody else wants to play super hard, and that just helps with the team. So we're always playing for each other. And so to have Boots and his leadership, You know, he's one of the oldest players in the country, and it helps us a lot on the team. You know, he's played in so many games. You know, down the stretch in games, he can give us some knowledge on, you know, what we need to do. He can kind of, you know, help us when teams go on runs, and so his presence is always felt when he's on the floor and when he's off the floor.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.